Be sure to protect your privacy and grab one of the VPNs listed below. What's going on, you guys? Today we're going to be looking at a piece of software that can help you never ever lose your computer setup, never lose photos, never lose anything, and be able to restore your PC within a little bit of time. The backup could end up taking a couple minutes or an hour or more to restore. That's based on how much you have. However, I will go over a little bit what this does. Basically, if you're somebody who has a computer that could end up failing tomorrow, and if you don't have everything backed up, you lose everything. I had a scare, which I will go into detail a little bit in a little bit, but I'm going to cover this software. So it's $49.99, but for the cost of it, it's actually pretty cheap for what all you get. Okay, so you have a plethora of options that you can do here, and I'm going to go into detail and everything like that. Now, you do have options here. Like I said, you can pay for it for one time. It's a one-time purchase, $49 for one computer, for $379, for $599. That's still pretty cheap. So if you need this for a business or whatever, you can even contact them, because I do believe they have business copies. But if you want, you can get it with cloud storage and a little bit more options here. 500 gigabytes, 250 gigabytes, or if you need terabytes. Okay, so if you don't have a hard drive or whatever, you can back this up to. You can use their cloud service. They support Windows, Mac, and mobile devices, as you can see. File systems here, and there's a Acronis mobile. Keep your contacts, calendars, photos, and files safe. Okay, so we're gonna check this out now. Okay, so here's Acronis. Okay, it's a pretty basic looking program. Okay, you have your main view here of the backups. You can archive your large and old folders here, free up disk space by moving these from your PC to an external device or cloud. Tells you how it works. You got a next here. Okay, there you go. You can do all that stuff, and you can hit start. You can sync your stuff. Then you have where you can clone your disk if you wanted to, which I don't know why I click that. I don't want to do that. Okay, here's where you can clone stuff. It's a nice little feature to have. Resource media builder, so basically you can use this to create a bootable device. Now, if you have a hard drive that you do not want booted with the Acronis backup, but you just want to store that backup on that drive, you can do that. You can also use a USB media thumbstick, if it's big enough. I believe it needs to be over like 800 megabytes, so 1 gig or 2 gigs should do. But as you can see here, you have simple or advanced. So for advanced, you can do the Windows PE. Simple, you pick the drive that you want to basically use it as, and you follow the steps that will create it to make it a bootable. So basically, on your BIOS, you would switch to that, and it would open up a Acronis, DOS kind of Linux uniformed setup of it for you guys who are not technical. And basically, you can use that to restore your computer if it was to fail. Okay. You have other options here, system cleanup, so on and so forth. They included basic protection for ransomware and stuff like that. I had this on, but because I'm doing a system cleanup and stuff like that, it was interfering with it, so I turned it off. And then you have your settings here. Most of you guys are going to be interested in this. Okay, so in order to set this up, so I have one set up for my C drive and for my games and programs. Okay, I have a 250 gig SSD and then a 1 terabyte. I believe it's 1 terabyte for my programs and stuff like that. And then I have a Leaf device here, which I have all the photos of my daughter on. Okay, so if you wanted to do a backup of your system, you would click Add Backup, and then you would select, what you want to back up. So you would hit this. You can do entire PC, disk, and partitions, mobile, social networking, blah, blah, blah. So I have 2 partitions that I'm going to do. So you can do that. You can select the partitions that you want to do. I'm just going to do entire PC. And then you would select a destination. So you would pick a drive. Now, the drive can be lower than what the actual size is going to be. So if you have, you know, a 1.5, you know, terabytes of data, and you have a 1 terabyte or 800 gigabyte drive, you could potentially restore to that. Okay, you would need to pick that drive. Okay, so you can browse and go to this PC, and you would pick that drive. Okay, if it's a lower end drive. So for the sake of the video, this is 800 and something that it wants to do. So I'm gonna pick a 500 gig hard drive that I have here. Okay, you would hit OK, and as you can see, I don't have that much space left for that. Now, the cool thing about this is, you know how I went over that media, that bootable media? You can hit this. What this will do, as it says right here, where is it? It creates your partition or your device that you're restoring to. It makes it bootable, so you can use that to restore. So you don't need to have a USB or a bootable disk. You can just have the one drive that you have your backup on and restore it from there, which is pretty goddamn cool if you ask me. Okay, so you can do that too. That's up to you. But to customize it, you're gonna hit options here. You can set it up weekly, monthly, for whatever you want to do for the backups. You have some more advanced options here. Backup scheme, you can pick these. Again, I'll leave these links below. You can view here what it does. Okay, goes in the detail. One of these will just do changes. It will make another file with the small changes and so on and so forth. Okay, then you have advanced, like you have notifications. You can do an email and all that stuff. You're not going to really mess with this. The exclusions you're not really going to mess with either. The schedule, the scheme, and advanced is what you're going to mess with. You're going to go down to advanced performance, and here for the compression you can pick high or low. Picking these will increase the time that it takes to do the backup. Okay, but if you pick max and you were to hit OK, it should be able to fit it on there. It will try its best to. If it doesn't fit, then you may need a little bit of a bigger drive. Okay, but there you go. Okay, you can do the activity and recovery, so you can kind of see the stuff that's happening. But there is some cool things about this. So as you can see, I have these to restore it to a Z drive. So if I open up the Z drive, as you can see, there is the backups I have. Okay, cool thing about these is, so if you have a drive with a pile of stuff on it and you want it off but you don't want to remove it, you can make a backup of it, have that compressed, stick it on another drive, but then you can click these and you can actually view what you have backed up. Okay, so you can view your files, you can see what you have here. And the cool thing about this is you can actually grab one of these. Okay, right click copy, come here, give it a second, and you can actually paste the file that you copied. So if you have a pile of EXEs or something backed up, you can paste it here and then you can run it. Okay, so it's actually pretty cool that you're able to access these archives too. You know, so if you have archives of your daughter like I do here, you know, I can go into these and grab them. Okay, so it's pretty cool. And with the increment backups that it makes too, you can even view those for the little changes and grab files and stuff like that off. This is a nice program for what it offers. You know, you can never ever lose your stuff again. I had a scare where I had a USB hard drive that was plugged into a USB hub, and the hub basically fried on me and the device got short-circuited, so the PCB board on the hard drive fried. I had to order a new one that was the exact same rev model and everything. Then I had to take the BIOS chip off that dead hard drive, put it on the new PCB, that way it could read when I plugged that PCB on to my dead hard drive. So I was able to grab pictures and other files that I had there, but no longer only need to worry. I don't know why. I've always liked Acronis, but I didn't really care to set it up because I always thought, you know, this backup drive will be good. But I actually have the pictures on a different device now, and then I have them backed up. So this is something that can save you if you got pictures, whether again you have a lot of stuff on your main SSD and your hard drive and you don't want to go through, you know, painstaking setup again, having to download everything. If your computer ever crashed, you can restore within a couple minutes. It's really, really nice. For the cost of this, it will save your life, and it is worth having. I can't stress this enough. You never know when your hardware is going to fail. And if you're somebody like me who has a lot of videos, graphic stuff, programs, games, this is crucial to have. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Peace out. Made it to the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget, on the left is a video you may like, and on the right you can check out my last video. Again, thank you for checking out the video. It means a lot. See you on my next one. Peace.